Alright folks, it seems that Anthropic is preparing a fix for a lot of the pain that people are feeling with Opus and Sonnet 5. Over the last few days, developers have spotted 2 new early access model IDs in partner tools with Claude Marshmallow EAP and Claude Melon EAP. And the rumor is that these are the next-gen replacements for today's Opus and Sonnet tiers. Now, if that's true, this is Anthropic's chance to clean up a lot of the rough edges of Opus and Sonnet 5, and of course, to stay competitive against OpenAI's GPT 5.6 family. So in this video, we're going to talk about what to expect for Marshmallow and Melon, the new Opus and Sonnet tiers, that's what I'm expecting. And is this going to be enough for us to finally switch over from GPT 5.6? Alright, so the leak is very similar to what happened last month with the Honeycomb EAP leak, which turned out to be Opus 5 in the next 2 weeks. So we're expecting to see the new Opus and Sonnet model to be coming in the next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even as soon as this week. Now, some people are thinking this might be Sonnet Haiku rather than Opus Sonnet, but internal testings are showing that Marshmallow performs better than Opus 5, so it's likely that Marshmallow is Opus and Sonnet is Melon, because it doesn't make sense to ship out a new Opus with a new Haiku but leaving out Sonnet. Now, if you're a power user of Claude and you're still using Opus despite a lot of its flaws, don't worry, because Boris Cherny is also admitting that yes, he does use Opus for a lot of the work, but it has some quirks, okay? Verbosity in particular has been the top of mind. This is definitely one of the things we noticed. It's so wordy for no reason. It kind of gets confusing in long runs, and plus, it costs a lot in token, which, by the way, a quick fix here, a cool tip that Boris Cherny said is you can run Claude/config output style equals concise to fix the verbosity issue. So in this post, I want to draw your attention to when he said, we know Opus is not perfect and it is a big priority for the team to fix it. Even inside Anthropic, Opus 5 is being framed as good, but it's misunderstood. And that's a polite way of saying a lot of us are struggling with how it behaves. And we've been seeing Boris Cherny doing interviews and talks very recently explaining that Opus 5 is more agentic than previous models, less prompt injectable, and really more so for executing tasks. It's literally Sonnet, but Opus is no longer the primary brain anymore. That's Fable 5. But the problem with Fable 5 is the compute is so large, and we know for a fact that I'm pretty sure almost all of its coding tasks it gets rerouted to Opus. So essentially we've been using Sonnet all along, right? But the subtext is clear. Opus 5's current UX is rough enough that Anthropic's own engineers are telling people to unlearn their habits and rebuild their setups from scratch. They've been quietly dropping some tips for you on how to improve your user experience for using Opus. And on the user side, the complaints about Opus 5 are surprisingly consistent because people are calling it a verbose, assumption-laden token monster that expands scope, over-verifies its own work, and often feels sloppier than Opus 4.6 for real debugging. The prime days of Opus was 4.6, to be honest, back in February and March, and then they introduced Project Glasswing and then the Mythos models. That's why I think it's, as long as that Project Glasswing is still on, Opus will still forever be nerfed. And Fable 5, in terms of just text and planning, is really good, but when it comes to coding work, it routes that to Opus. So it's in a very murky situation right now. So even though you see Opus 5 being rank 1 on overall in Agent Arena, code, chat, work, we realized that several meta-analysis basically concluded that Opus 5 is benchmaxed, but breaks backward compatibility with existing workflows and demands a whole new prompt and design philosophy to be usable, let alone be consistent throughout months. Sonnet 5 as well has its own set of pain points. Detailed reviews find that Sonnet 5 secretly costs more per task than Sonnet 4.6 because it decomposes jobs into more sub-agents and takes more steps, even though its list price looks like a mid-tier model. But Sonnet 5 is more refusal happy on legitimate but sensitive tasks. It gets stuck in cycles of no and arguments instead of executing commands. And that long chats can lose context or misprioritize earlier details. So put together, you get a mid-tier that's smarter on paper but feels slower, fuzzier, and more expensive in practice. So I think, in short, we've been using Smart Sonnet for Opus and Dumb Sonnet for Sonnet. So if Marshmallow is the next Opus and Melon is the next Sonnet, they almost come with a to-do list baked in. Marshmallow needs to keep Opus 5's deep reasoning and security gains very hard to prompt inject, strong coding and knowledge work, while taming the over-agentic behavior. So less uncontrolled scope expansion, fewer self-initiated review marathons, and better adherence to explicit instructions. I don't get why it still doesn't adhere to instructions and just decides to go 180. Now, on the other hand, for Melon, it needs to preserve Sonnet 5's reasoning boost, but cut the hidden costs, right? Smarter defaults around when to spawn sub-agents. Don't just use sub-agents all the time. That's really a big problem for Sonnet 5. Also, lower refusal rates on legitimate workflows and more predictable context retention in long-running sessions. So, in other words, Marshmallow and Melon have to feel like the next gen Claude without forcing every user to rewrite their entire product just to survive the upgrade. So basically, if the new Opus and Sonnet is better than GPT 5.6 Soul and Terra, then we'll finally rotate over again to use that primarily for most of our work, because right now 80 to 90% of our work is being done with GPT 5.6 Soul and Terra. For really complicated problem solving, that's Fable 5. For speed, we go Grok 4.6. And a budget version for GPT 5.6 Soul would be Kimi K3 and DeepSeek V4 Pro. So let me know what you think about the new Marshmallow and Melon. Do you think they're Opus Sonnet, or do you think they're Sonnet Haiku? It's very likely it's not Haiku. I mean, come on. We rarely use Haiku, even back in March and February. We don't even use GPT 5.6 Luna right now. Every mundane, high repetitive task, we just use Terra, but we set it to low reasoning effort because we rather have a brain still to work on those mundane tasks and not drift. And that's really kind of the problem we see with Luna. So if you find this video helpful, give us a like, subscribe to the channel to follow for more updates, guides, and news. My name is Ron. Shana now.